Hi. Yes, 79. I still exercise every day. Absolutely. There's no question about that. I have a therapy tub right here. It's covered right now. I think you can see it. It's on a smokestack. I jump in that every morning and I exercise in the water. Next to it, there's a pipe. Next to it, there's a window with grating on it. I use the pipe. I do push-ups with the pipe. I put my feet way back and put my hands on the pipe and lean forward to the next pipe, which touches my head, so that I know I'm leaning far enough and I'm leaning over enough. I exercise on the window. I hold on to the window grating and hold it as I walk along. I turn around and walk backwards because one of the online YouTubes that I read, or that I heard, had to do with the walking backwards. I also walk crossing my feet over. I do chair exercises too. I do a walking exercise because I have two metal hips. I bring my legs up, hold them up for about 3 seconds and put them down, back and forth like that. I have a bad rotator cuff, but I still do short gratitude in the morning where I thank the universe for bringing me everything I needed, and I give back what I don't need so somebody else can have it. I do that. I do a walking. I have handrails. I don't know, you can't see them. I've got handrails all over this property. I've got 2 sets of handrails in the bathroom because I fall. I have 2 metal hips, and my husband is in a wheelchair. He's got Parkinson's, so he falls. So we use lots of things to hold ourselves up, but we also use them as exercise. Well, I use them as exercise. He rarely does. But the kitchen counters, when I'm in the kitchen, I'll put my hands on the counters and do push-ups. Sometimes I'll stand there and go up on my toes over and over again. I work really hard to stand on one foot and look off into the distance. I'm told that if you can do that for 15 seconds on each foot without touching anything, it means you got a little bit of time left on the planet. I try everything I can think of with exercise. I always have. I was always very much a tomboy. I was always doing hopscotch, jacks, aerobics, football, mostly not football as much as softball. We did play some Nerf football. I was always active in basketball. Oh, God, I love basketball. And swimming. I did lots and lots of swimming. I swam 5 miles once. I wanted to do the English Channel, but I didn't get to do that. But I did do the whole series that they had on the swimming, Red Cross swimming. I did all kinds of extra forms of swimming, like the butterfly stroke, the side stroke. I knew all of those. I did the whole life-saving process. I've saved a person that was 4 years older than me when I was 12. I've always loved sports. I have always adored sports. And dancing, oh gosh, I love to dance. I just adore dancing. Can't really do it anymore unless I'm holding onto the grating and then I can dance. I have to hold on to something really hard to do any dancing because I lose my balance. My balance is the issue. And it's not because of medication. I just saw the greatest YouTube video by a doctor who recommended if people didn't have bad high blood pressure, don't take the medication because it makes you dizzy. Did the same thing for my husband. I said, when he started showing up I said, let's take it away. You know, if you're under 145, we're going to be okay. And he's had 3 heart attacks, 4 heart stents, and 5 strokes. So I do watch him really carefully, but that, no. Since both of us don't drink alcohol anymore, we both have much lower blood pressure anyway, so that doesn't seem to be a concern. Now, what else have I done for my health? Well, in 1974, I stopped eating meat. I'm real concerned about meat. I really am. I feel like the amount of chemicals that they put into mama, that goes into baby, that goes to baby becomes mama, that goes into that baby, that becomes mama, that goes in. What I'm saying is I think the concentration over the years is the problem. I really think that's a problem. My father was a organic raiser of cows and mostly pigs. He was really big on pigs. And his dad had been my grandpa had been a butcher, so he didn't have any problems taking care of the animals and butchering the animals. I've always had chickens. When I was a child, I learned how to butcher a chicken, but like I said, I gave up eating all animal flesh in 1974. I did in, I think it was 2003 or 2002, start eating some fish because I live below the equator now in Ecuador. So I feel like the amount of mercury and other chemicals in the fish is less than it would be if I lived in the States or anywhere north of the equator. So I eat fish usually about twice a month. Yeah, other than that, I live on fruits and vegetables. And I mean the best. I do not hardly ever touch anything from a can or anything processed. I just don't do it. Once in a great while, I'll have tuna fish with some mayonnaise on it. That's processed. But I make all my sauces and everything for salad dressings and all that sort of thing. I did all of that from scratch. I have a real concern about what is being fed to us. I had a friend quite a number of years ago, and he said if there's more than 5 ingredients on the package, don't eat it. I think he makes a lot of sense. I think there's a lot of truth to that. I think there are just too many things that we eat too much of. However, in the house, I have several bags of a natural vegetable product protein drink that I drink every day. And if you look on the back of it, it has sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds and lentil sprouts and almond sprouts. And it goes on and on and on and on. But they're all natural things. So I sit there and I look at it and I check it and I say, yep, I'll eat this. I also eat lots of nuts and seeds. And the nuts are mostly raw. Of course, peanuts are not raw, but they are not salted. I just try very, very hard to get the widest variety of fruits that I possibly can. And of course, I grow a lot of tomatoes and other vegetables. Tomatoes really a fruit, but we won't go there. I also drink papaya juice and other things that I grow. I also grow a lot of spices. A lot of different spices and a lot of flowers to feed my soul. And all of those things that I grow, I eat. I have potatoes and zucchini and different kinds of squashes. All of those things I eat. We ate some baby cucumbers the other day. It was so cute. They're really tiny. And I ate those. I eat a lot of fresh fruit, My husband was having a terrible time with constipation, and I started giving him fresh fruit before dinner every night. No more problems. Works just beautifully. So that's something to keep in mind. But so many of the experts say that the more variety of color in fruits or vegetables, the better the product is for your body. And I believe that. I use a lot of color. And almost everything I get in fruits and vegetables is organic. I buy it from someone that was just a mile away from me. The reason we moved here was for health. We wanted to be able to get organic foods that weren't treated, water that wasn't treated, and all of that has been astonishing because I had rheumatic fever. I was supposed to die between 5 and 30. Both my mother and my grandmother had breast cancer. Both sides of my family has lots and lots and lots of cancer. So when I was 16, I started studying nutrition and really focusing down on what I could do to make sure that I got the best in my body that I could. And I did. I took a lot of interest in that. I quit smoking. I had been a smoker at a very early age. I did not really take up drinking until I was quite a bit older because my mother was an alcoholic and I didn't want to go there. And that was easy to stop doing, but boy, nicotine was tough. It was really tough. It depends on different people, different ways, different addictions. Some will just grab you and not let go, and other ones are just milder. You've got to be so careful about that. And it can happen with food too. It can happen with classical music. Gabor Mate likes to talk about that. Just shopping. He was a shopper for classical music. There are so many things, and there's so many things. I'm a workaholic, and I've always been a workaholic because my parents thought I was never going to amount to a hill of beans, so I became a workaholic. Those kinds of things are tough to break too, and it was really hard. But the truth of the matter is, taking care of myself has been a real blessing because it's made a huge difference in my health. Excuse me. I swallowed a bug. I do that a lot because I spend a lot of time outside. Anyway, if you got any questions for me, answer me down here. If you want to go to my school, SKOOL, it's called Summerland Trauma Caregiver School. Please join me. I'm glad to talk to you on Zoom at any time, or you can leave me a message and I'll answer you. And I just want to thank you. Thank you so much for being here. You can see there's another spot down there where there's a link to some of the art, excuse me, that I make. Oh boy, that bugged with my nose. We've got a little thing with fruit flies right now. Anyway, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed talking to you.